guys, welcome to another episode of Ljs Garage. As the thumbnail kind of gave it away, I've, decided to finally make the jump like everybody else and see what BMW's crazy new grille is all about. And unlike a lot of people, I don't hate this thing, but I don't love it either. What's the best way to describe this car? It's like, it's like someone following a YouTube makeup tutorial and they do crazy eyeshadow things, and then you're like, honey, I love you. Your makeup looks crazy, but I love you because underneath all this, you've got 382 horsepower, you handle like a champ, and well, that sounds really sexual, but you guys get the idea. I'm trying to say that this car, it has potential. It cleans up in some ways nicely. The red calipers, those look good. The brakes on this look nice. Everything on this car looks nice overall, but it's nothing that you really love. So I don't know, I'm torn on how I feel about this car. So that's why I decided to jump in one, drive one, and see what it feels like, because most of us see our cars from this view right here. So what it looks like on the outside, it matters, I guess, kind of a little bit, maybe a lot, I don't know. As this car was explained to me, it's kind of like a Tootsie Roll. And, yeah, you got your Hershey's dark chocolate and your Hershey's milk chocolates and the white chocolates and all those things. But this is like kind of chocolatey, but not really all that good. It's just a Tootsie Roll. So I think that's a pretty appropriate description of this thing. Just from that tiny little throttle blip, I can say this thing's got plenty of power. And it does have a mild hybrid system that adds another 11 horsepower or so, which is just a nice little boost. It gets rid of that turbo lag. And I love the engineering that BMW's put into this, because it doesn't feel all that crazy advanced. But when you go from even my M3, which is a 15, to this one, a 2021, and I guess this is the M440i, so it's not really the M4, so it's not a direct comparison, but it gives us a kind of a little bit of a taste as to what we should expect on the new M4 and M3s. Know me, I always follow the speed limit, and I did not just pop an illegal U-turn. So we're gonna pretend like I just did all the right things there. And if you're new to this car completely, this is all-wheel drive, so I can't, spin the back end out or anything like that. It is biased, but it's not fully rear-wheel drive, or you can't turn it off like you can on the M5s. So it does have paddle shifters. This is the ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. And it is fun. All right. So drivability of this thing is fantastic, as you'd imagine. So I'm not surprised by any of that. Even the 340i's and the previous generation 3 Series and everything, they're fantastic to drive. So this is still very spirited and a blast to, take in some corners, which I'm about to do right now. But before I get into the driving experience even more, because I could talk about that all day, the looks of this thing, we've just discussed that. So now the interior, if you've been in any BMWs, you know that it's very nice. All the cameras, all the features are all the best of the best. The dash is beautiful. The suspension settings, you've got a couple different options. You've got Sport, Comfort, Eco, Pro, all of which come with different bells and whistles and different tuning options. Of course, the Eco Pro is for fuel economy, so you're gonna have lower shift points, whereas if you go to Sport, it'll let the RPMs build a little bit more, and you'll be able to really kind of take advantage of all thousand, it's not 1,000. You'll be able to take full advantage of the full RPM range. So I'll go ahead and put it in Sport mode. Ooh, Sport Plus, actually. Let's go all the way. And in Sport Plus, you'll hear that exhaust a little bit more. Let's put this window down so I can get a little bit of that crackle. Ooh, 6,000 RPMs to be exact. I love this interior. Any red interior variant is, my thing right there. So I like this. Very grown up and clean and mature, as they'd say. Safety features, you do have all those nice things. You've got the lane departure warnings. You've got the forward collision avoidance. You've got all of those things. And this isn't my normal full review. I'm just kind of giving you guys like a snapshot, the quick nitty gritty of this car, because a lot of people kind of write it off based on the looks. And so if you really are one of those people, then I guess there's really nothing I can do to stop that, because she's not the best looking lady, but boy, can she move. And just like that, that was 30 miles an hour. Yeah, totally. Safety feature, so let's see if it'll mad at me about my lane here. Oh, look at that, right back in the lane. So, you know, if you're a terrible driver and you can't stay in your lanes, look at that. Keep in your lane. Okay, I will. I love this. Sound system on this is the Harman Kardon sound system, so it is upgraded. So it's got a little bit more speakers, a little bit more bump. But if you do want, and you stick with the normal standard option, it's 10 speakers. It's the hi-fi sound system. Is this my road? Yeah, this is my road. But yeah, this thing is a blast. Braking's great. Everything feels great. The build materials, all the quality in here is fantastic. So really, it's just the looks of this thing. You really have to figure out if these looks are for you. And I hate to say it, these looks just aren't for everybody. The thing that does suck about this is that the looks, I was trying to avoid it, but they are everything. That's the first thing you see when you walk out to your car, and if you've got to come home to this every day, you're going to end up driving your friends' cars. And I'm not saying that's cheating, but you shouldn't be driving your friends' cars more than you drive your own car. So, something to think about there, if you know what I'm saying. But is this thing fun? Yeah.
It's got really big nostrils.
She does have really big nostrils. And I don't know, maybe in the aftermarket grills and everything, they'll be able to make it look a little bit better, but till then, I mean, the interior they've got right. Everything in here is perfect. I love it. They tried to do a little bit of a different design right here, where it's, instead of carbon fiber, it's a little bit of a different setup, but it works. It gets the job done. There's nothing to really hate on about this car other than those front grills, and I know that everybody talks about them, so I guess they're just kind of, at this point, you either hate it or you love it. And the black looks good with the grills. I mean, this is the best color to really make the grills not the most absurd looking thing. But all the other colors, I don't know. But that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you stopping in to see what LJ thinks of the 2021 BMW M440i. And hopefully I'll take this car out for another spin and give you guys more in-depth and all my thoughts on this car and everything like that. But before I go, let me make sure I get a picture of this thing next to the real beautiful M3. So, yeah. Till next time, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And yeah. Bye. I love you guys.